Looking around us at the same time as we're looking at the library, where do we go with the fire service? That's scary.
Fire service is scary. I tend to, I'm a fan of everything. I am a fan of the fire service because they are totally professional. If you have a fire, they will put it out. You have an accident, they will extricate you from your car. And I've seen them working in anger, and they just get on and do it. We obviously, everybody wants to see our whole-time fire crew remain in Felixstowe. We've got all sorts of risks here for reasons which are convoluted, but the dock isn't as big a risk as we all think it is because they have their own fire and rescue service down there, and if a big incident struck off at the dock similar to the Buncefield in Hertfordshire, then nobody would go in until it was all risk assessed and everything else, so the troops would assemble before anything happened. My big fear is we have a whole plethora of residential and care homes in Felixstowe, and they are full of vulnerable people, and if something went wrong in one of those, it's just, well, you could write your own disaster. I mean, that's the big one that I fear. The counter argument to that, because I guess our fire crew have done such a wonderful job on community safety, we have very, very few fires in Felixstowe. They average 3 call-outs a week, which is not enough to, if you're looking at it from an accountant's point of view, which sadly everybody has to do, then it's very, very low usage. If you look at it from a risk point of view and the community point of view, I think the risks are terrible. I don't know if it's possible. Some whole-time fire stations, day crewed, let's get into jargon, day crewed whole-time fire stations work on a 5-day basis. Haverhill is going on to that basis. And I think if we can persuade the chief fire officer and the portfolio holder to look at that seriously, that we should have 5-day whole-time cover in Felixstowe, I think that would be a solution, because obviously there are more retained, or as they're called now, on-time firefighters available over the weekends. So
yeah, that's a good idea.
That would be my acceptable wish list. I don't want to see us lose anything in Felixstowe, but on February the 10th, the Integrated Risk Management Plan becomes available. This is a legal document, it has to be done every year. There will be copies at the parish councils, the Trimley Parish Councils, the Curtin Parish Council, the Felixstowe Town Council, the library where we are now, mustn't praise the library anymore, the Felixstowe Fire Station, and I'm going to try and get them into anybody that will take them. Plus, of course, they'll be online, and there will be a more in-depth document available so that people can look at all the technical data for Felixstowe alone. There will be a public meeting at the Orwell School, 7:30 on the, I want to say 16th, this Wednesday the 16th or 17th of March, whichever date that is. We will have a chief fire officer down there, the deputy chief fire officer, the portfolio holder, various other fire officers. Nick Barber and myself will be there. Unfortunately, Graham Newman has got a prior engagement in Lowestoft on that night. But, I've been constantly seeing the chief fire officer, the portfolio holder, pushing the case for Felixstowe. During the week, I went with Threes Coffey, the MP, and we went all through it again. It's not noisy in the streets, but we're trying to do it all behind the scenes. But the fire crews, they're going to, when the integrated risk management becomes available, the fire crews are going to walk the streets of Felixstowe handing them out, and I hope to join them.
When you look around Felixstowe, like today, we're here, it's a nice winter's day, it's fine. Are there any other things that actually concern you very much, or things that you think we need to address, or what?
Now the new toilets are there. I would like to see the site of the old toilets sorted out sooner rather than later, so that we can have performances taking place there. My big wish for Felixstowe is that it would become a place of destination, so that people would think to themselves, I wonder what's on at Felixstowe this weekend. We have our few sort of flagship organisations, the Carnival weekend, we have the Old Vehicle weekend. Why can't we have something most weekends? There's a great aspiration. On a date is set June the 26th to have a motorcycle show down Hamilton Road. There's another aspiration to have a Christmas fair down Hamilton Road on the same day the lights are switched on. I don't know if anything will happen, it's been mooted. It would be wonderful if we could switch the lights on a Friday night instead of a Saturday, and then have the whole weekend something going on to get people to Felixstowe. We're lucky in Felixstowe, we've got most of our shops are occupied. We need to support our local shops, and we need, as councillors, I think, to try and get people to come to Felixstowe as a destination. And if they think there's normally something on at Felixstowe, that will bring people in. And I really think that's something we should all work towards.
John, the other thing you mentioned to me earlier was school crossing patrols. Now that's a very real concern for a lot of parents and families who worry about the kids going to school under ordinary circumstances. Without patrol people on duty, it's a bit concerning, isn't it?
It's a huge concern with people. There is, with all these things, there's background. This used to be a duty taken on by the police. They walked away from it several years ago. Suffolk County Council took it on. It's a non-statutory duty, which means that the County Council does not have to do it. The law says you are supposed to get your child to school safely. However, where we have got school crossing patrols, there's a lot of places we haven't because you can't get the stuff, but where we have got them, Trimley St Mary, there's a good one there, there's another good one down in Langer Road, and another good one at Maidstone Road. These people are greatly valued, and they're not very expensive. We have one of our councillors in Ipswich has managed to get sponsorship for her crossing patrol from a local estate agent, and it's £3,000 per crossing patrol officer. So to anybody that is interested or like you managed to talk to on this subject, I've told them it's available, it can be done. The downside to that is that only an employee of Suffolk County Council or the police can stop traffic. But Ben Gummer, the Ipswich MP, is urgently trying to get something done about that. And if we move away from County Council employed crossing patrol officers or lollipop men and ladies, obviously they will have to be trained and obviously they'll have to be supervised. But that will still take place by the County Council, as I understand it.